An expert is a person who has made all the mistakes that can be made in a very narrow field.
God, that's such a
I
good
would
one.
say that sounds pretty similar to this.
Yes.
Here's the thing, right? I reposted that yesterday by Chris Doe. I posted that yesterday because of the truth behind it, that the reason why I'm so good at what I do, shoot my horn for is because of the uncountable amount of absolutely stupid, ridiculous fuck-ups that I've made over the course of my time doing it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel it. Yep.
That's it, right? Like I've learned from so many mistakes that I've needed to make. Mm-hmm. You know?
Yeah.
that when it, a mistake, you know, was interesting. I think it said in the comments of that post. What did it say? Spot patterns. Yeah. Okay. So only by repeatedly exposing ourselves to the same problem over and over again can we begin to spot patterns. It's also why experts can generate solutions so quickly and effortlessly. If I've experienced any number of issues, right? Major issues, minor issues, issues in between, totally debilitating issues you could have ran into over the course of your professional time doing this. And if I've really had the self-awareness to look at it and be like, what did I do wrong that caused this issue, right? You're going to get so much quicker to the solution to those problems, where when other people run into them, you can immediately be like, oh, I've screwed that up before. Here's what I did to fix it, right? Or I've made this mistake before. This is what you could do to avoid that, right? And that's why as generations move on, you'll find that people become more efficient and cut more and more off their learning curve with things, right? Where I remember when I was getting involved in the dog training world initially, I remember a lot of the gatekeepers at the time, right? These guys had been around for 15, 20 years, longer than that sometimes, right? Where they had to create all these things and figure all this stuff out, right? And my generation of trainers, like younger guys like myself who got into this and wanted to learn from those people, that's the reason why over the course of like 4 years, right, I was able to make such a name for myself so quickly, is because I tried to learn as much from those mistakes that those people made, right? And then I encountered my own new hurdles that they hadn't experienced before from those things. And the people now coming up now are going to move even quicker through that.
Yeah.
I was listening to Joe Rogan's podcast with Jocko the other day, right?
Are you going to talk about the jiu-jitsu guy?
Yeah. Do you know what I'm talking about?
That's what I was about to bring up.
Dude, 100%, right? So Joe and Jocko are talking about jiu-jitsu, right? So obviously a very popular competition, sport, whatever you want to call it. And he was talking about how, some of these guys like Eddie Bravo and whatever the guy that Jocko trains with's name and stuff like that, these guys had to spend years creating these moves and figuring them out and practicing them and stuff like that. And these new guys coming up, they're able to take all that information it took them 10 years to figure out and just apply it like that. So in 2 years, they could have the knowledge that this guy had or that took him 15 years to learn, right? So they're talking about how this next generation of jiu-jitsu trainers, right, or people practicing jiu-jitsu are going to be just these world-class stars at it because they have all of this experience to take from. You know?
Exactly.
And it's really interesting to me when you look at stuff like that, right? And that's why our responsibility as professionals is to pass along our knowledge to the next generation. If we truly care about what we say we care about, right? Which is helping people, helping owners, helping dogs, helping new business owners, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And we're not so freaking egotistical that it's like, I need to keep this information for ourselves. That's how you make a long-lasting legacy. That's how you create that legacy for yourself, is by sharing that knowledge and allowing somebody that's going to be around for longer than you are to be able to carry that torch and take it even further than you were able to, right? It's like with kids, right? When they say, don't give them everything you never had, teach them everything that you didn't know. Right? Because if they could learn from these lessons, if you could learn from these lessons, if you could learn from the lessons of business owners and stuff like that, you'll go further.